The champ, Amanda Nunes defends her bantamweight title against Holly Holm at UFC 239. It's the battle camp. Please hit the subscribe button. You'll find it in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. So yeah, Amanda Nunes against Holly Holm. I'll be honest. This isn't a fight that when it was announced, I wasn't really blown away by it. I wasn't excited by it. I didn't really care to see it. But now that it's come here and I've had some time to think about it, I'd say I'm not like, wow, I can't wait to watch it, but it's definitely a fight that I'm, moderately looking forward to, let's say. So it's an improvement from my initial reaction. And I'll tell you why it's an improvement from my initial reaction. It's because because I was thinking to myself, oh, why is Holly Holm getting a title shot against Amanda Nunes? She don't deserve it. But then I thought, I had a look at the rankings and I thought to myself, who does actually fucking deserve it? Do you know what I mean? I'm just on the UFC site now, right? You've got Jermaine Durandamy ranked number 1, and you got Holly Holm, Ketlin Vieira. I'm not going to go through the list, but basically every single name on there. If I went down this list, the one person that I'd want to see fight Amanda Nunes next is Holly Holm. If it wasn't going to be Cyborg, then it has to be Holly Holm, because obviously Holly Holm has got that star power. She's got that name under her belt. Ronda Rousey, she was the first one that did it, albeit Amanda Nunes followed suit. But Holly Holm will always be the one that dethroned the queen that is Ronda Rousey. So yeah, and let's not. I'm not trying to underplay Holly Holm in terms of her talents and her ability, because she's a very accomplished MMA fighter. It's just when this fight was announced initially, I just thought to myself, Holly Holm's got no chance. Holly Holm cannot beat Amanda Nunes. But as I've spent more time thinking about it, I suppose there's two elements to this fight where Holly Holm could potentially capitalize. And one is this perceived notion that Amanda Nunes doesn't have good cardio. She doesn't have a good gas tank. And Holly Holm does. So the idea is, the longer this fight goes, the better chance Holly Holm has of beating Amanda Nunes. The problem that I see here are twofold. Firstly, the fight that Amanda Nunes had with Shevchenko, that went 5 rounds, and obviously they were both tired, but nothing in that fight suggested that Amanda Nunes had this massive energy dump and she just couldn't keep her hands up and she was just fucking knackered and she was there for the taking. She was tired, but which fighter isn't tired in a 5-round fight? Do you know what I mean? I know previously Amanda Nunes has like left it all out there in the first round, and then in a 3-round fight, by the time you're halfway through the second round, she's been struggling. But I think this is a different version of Amanda Nunes. I think she's been tired by that brush, that something that happened to her so long ago, and people are just holding on to it. Oh, she ain't got an energy. She ain't got a gas tank. She can't. She hasn't got good cardio. And the reason why she has struggled with cardio in the past is because she's so explosive and she puts everything into her punches, and she loses energy quickly. She saps energy because she throws with such fucking venom and so much power. But I think she's learnt how to control that, and I think she's learnt how to pace herself in a fight. And I think this cardio thing, I'm not so sure how much of an issue it is for Amanda Nunes now. I don't know if it's a valid point against Nunes, if that makes sense. I can't remember. I said they were two. They were twofold. I can't remember what. I can't remember what I was saying. Hold on. I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna listen back to what I said, and I'm gonna start again. Give me a second. I'm back, and I remember what I was saying. So the cardio thing. So I've already covered the first thing. The second fold of the twofold cardio issue is, the longer the fight goes on, will Holly Holm carry the same kind of power that she did at the beginning of the fight? And the reason why I'm saying this is, I can see this fight playing out with Holly Holm basically being on her bike and Amanda Nunes trying to put the pressure on and trying to close the distance and being the aggressor, where Holly Holm's going to be the more defensive fighter. So, for argument's sake, let's just say the first 3 rounds happen and Amanda Nunes has won those 3 rounds. There's been some exchanges, but nothing major's happened. And then come the 4th and 5th round, has Holly Holm still got enough power in it? Has she still got enough snap in her shots to hurt Amanda Nunes? Because are we going to come to a scenario where Holly Holm is going to need the finish because Amanda Nunes has got the rounds in the bank? Do you know what I mean? I'm just speculating on a potential scenario. Because another thing that we need to take into account when it comes to Holly Holm is what she did that surprised a lot of people was when she fought Cyborg, and she decided to grapple Cyborg, and she was able to kind of, I wouldn't go as far as say manhandle or woman handle Cyborg, but she did manage to hold Cyborg up against the fence on a couple of occasions. So is that going to be a tactic that they're going to deploy in this fight? I don't know. I personally, I don't think that will be something that she wants to do. I don't think she'll try and close the distance because one, Amanda Nunes, like I said, throws with so much power. Amanda Nunes is very accurate, and once Amanda Nunes has hurt her opponent, she's probably the best female fighter at sniffing at the finish. She's so good at once she's hurt someone, she's so accurate, and the way she sets up her shots, she knows how to get the finish once she's hurt her opponent. So, in terms of this particular fight, I've just given you guys a couple of scenarios of what could potentially happen. But one thing that I haven't really talked so much about is Holly Holm's counter-striking abilities. So, I think it's general consensus that Amanda Nunes is going to be the aggressor. She's going to be the one coming forward. She's the one that's going to be trying to put the pressure on Holly Holm. Now, Holly Holm is a world-class counter-striker. And, I mean, she showed this in the Ronda Rousey fight, even though Ronda Rousey's striking was exposed in that fight. Do you know what I mean? But she showed the level that she was at, the way she was negotiating with the way Ronda Rousey was attacking. It was just so easy for her. Obviously, this is going to be so much more difficult against Amanda Nunes, but there is potential for her to be able to use her movement, use her footwork, and counter strike. And I don't know whether there's a big discrepancy in reach, and if there is, will that play a part in this fight? Because I really can't see either of them shooting for a takedown. I think this fight will just play out on their feet. But in terms of my prediction, I'm not as sure that Amanda Nunes is going to win this fight as I was when it was initially announced. But at the same time, I still do think Amanda Nunes gets the win. And the bookies agree with me, I think. Give me 1 second. Why can't I see it? I literally just loaded it up and now I can't see it. Okay, yeah. So Amanda Nunes is 9-2 favourite, and Holly Holm is a 3-1 underdog. She's an outsider. So yeah, so Amanda Nunes deserves to be the favourite. She can legitimately claim to be the best female MMA fighter in history. She's beaten every single big name that's ever fought at Bantamweight, apart from Gina Serrano, and obviously they're slightly different eras because Amanda Nunes was just at the beginning of her career when Serrano was at her peak. But that's by the by. But she's literally in the UFC, any big bantamweight name she's beaten. The last one left is Holly Holm. This is the last goal that she needs in a collection, and I think she's going to do it. I believe she's going to do it. I don't think that she'll get the finish. I'm not sure that this fight will be finished. And if Amanda Nunes does finish Holly Holm, I'd be highly impressed. I just think Amanda Nunes will do it on points. I just think when these two square off, I think Amanda Nunes doesn't get enough credit for her striking ability. I don't think she gets enough credit for how good she is tactically. I don't think she gets enough credit for the way she's able to put a game plan into practice, just because she's so strong and she's so powerful and she finishes her opponents. Do you know what I mean? And she finishes them early a lot of the time. And I think that kind of, in a weird sort of way, like works against her because people just kind of dismiss her as, oh, she's just this, really strong, really powerful fighter. But if she, get her to the later rounds, then she'll get tired. I don't think that's the case anymore. I genuinely believe Amanda Nunes is the best female fighter in MMA history. Um, and I'm not sure Holly Holm is a person to disprove that. This has actually been the longest breakdown that I've done in this series of videos, which is quite surprising actually. Let me know what you guys think. Put your comments below. How do you think this fight's going to play out? Let me know what you think about my kind of the way I see this fight. Would you think I'm wrong? Would you agree with me? Don't be scared to share this with a friend. Hit the like button, and I'll get you guys in the John Jones and Santos video, which will be next. Cheers.